Hey everyone, I'm so happy to be here with you because tomorrow we kick off the Trust Men, Trust Love Challenge. Heck yeah, I cannot wait. I've been so stoked sharing this for the last few days with y'all. I'm going to share this video to my personal page, so give me a second. All right, cool. So I am so excited for tomorrow to kick off this challenge with the masterclass, which is called Trust Love Activation. And if you want to just join the 5-day challenge, if you haven't done it yet, it's completely free. It's going to be a beautiful journey of exercises, experiences, including live trainings like this, and then 2 master classes that you'll get to join. And you can do that at bit.ly/TMTL challenge. And I will put that link in the comments below so you can have easy access to that. So part of this challenge, it's called the Trust Men, Trust Love Challenge, is taking a deep look at, do you really trust love to the full extent, deep within your heart and your belly? Do you, most of the time, because we're human and we're not going to be able to be unless you're completely enlightened, fully love every single day. There's a lot of stuff we go through as humans, so that's not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is, do you have this consistent tendency to not trust love? Or are you longing to maybe you do feel like, for the most part, you trust love. You've always been a big lover, and yet there's these little parts of you that sometimes fall in and out of being able to fully trust love in your life, and you just want to feel more solid in that, and more solid in trusting love in general, but also trusting love within yourself, your ability to love, your ability to receive love. These are all really important topics when it comes to wanting to live a life that is healthy, and you feel you are healing and your heart is open and you're able to actually receive the love that you deserve. Because when we don't trust love, we block love. That's the complete opposite, right? So trusting is fully having this kind of a feeling, and not trusting is more kind of like this feeling. And most of us go around in our days like this. For many good reasons, such as, the way we were raised, or maybe we've been in horrible relationships, or we've been divorced, or we've been raped, or we've had just reasons to not trust love. The list goes on and on and on, and we'll dig more into that and how you can heal from some of those traumas in your life during the Trust Men, Trust Love Challenge. But today, what I really want to cover in this Facebook Live is 4 ways that you might not be trusting love. And I think it's really important. These are just a few ways. There's many ways that we don't trust love every single day, but it's really important to ask yourself these 4 questions. You can start with these 4 questions of examining, are you really trusting love to the full extent in your life so that you can be open and not walk around really protecting yourself and therefore denying the love that you're really craving? So thank you for being here, whether you're watching live or you are watching the replay. I'm really excited to share these ways that I've noticed, within myself when I'm not trusting love, this kind of stuff shows up, and that I've explored with my clients. And before we get into the questions, I just want to say that for the most part, I have always trusted love. And you might be saying that for yourself as well. I tend to have a lot of love bugs around me in the community circles that I run in. My clients tend to be big love bugs. And yet, even when you are a big lover, there are still patterns and tendencies that can show up in our lives that are signs that we aren't trusting love. And so, for example, I went through a big period in my own life, which is one of the main reasons that I do this work that I do now today, where I was in a relationship for, there's so many examples, I'm trying to choose which one. But the first big awakening for me was when I was in a relationship with a doctor. He was tall, dark, handsome, a really nice relationship. And I say that because we never argued. You know, we really like enjoyed each other. And yet I will never forget one day I came home. I would spend the weekends with him. And I came back to his place and I just started finally doing stuff for me, because I allowed myself to get into this comfort zone of really sitting there watching Duke basketball. He went to Duke, and letting myself feel numb. I didn't want to do that, but I wanted to spend time with him, and I was so afraid that if I would go and do my own thing, that I would lose out on love. So this was me not trusting love. I didn't trust that if I would go and do what I really wanted to do, that he would still want to be with me. I felt this need inside of me, and ultimately this fear, which is the opposite of love, that if I was going to go and do something that lit me up and not be who I thought I should be in a relationship, which was the girl sitting on the couch next to her boyfriend watching Duke basketball, then I would lose love. So this is just an example for you to know that even though I dedicate myself to this work, it hasn't always been like this for me. And now I can say that nearly 99% of the time, I'm not perfect, right? I've got my days and I've got my seasons and my reasons, but nearly 99% of the time, I now have the tools to be able to continuously come back to trusting love within myself, with the partners I'm with strangers, and love in the world. Like, I deeply trust, even though the political climate is the way it is, I still deeply 100% trust in love in the world, and I trust in love even in the people that aren't showing it right now. So that's an example of how not trusting love might show up in your own life as well. So I just really wanted to share that, and to also show you that I haven't always been able to trust love, because I kept myself in pain for many years, 3 years in that relationship, of leading this life where I didn't make a decision to leave because I was so afraid of not finding love again. So we'll start with that as the number one reason. I'm going to bring up my notes because I've got these 4 ways that you might not be fully trusting love in your own life. So that first way that you might not be trusting love is if you are not making a decision because you're afraid of losing love. All right? So are you in your life right now not making a decision, whether it's not making a decision to tell your partner something that might feel a little bit vulnerable because you're afraid that he's not going to love you anymore, whether it's you're not making a decision in your family life to take an action because you're afraid they're going to deny you and ultimately you're going to lose love and support that you have. Are you not telling a friend something that you really want to say, or are you not taking an action by leaving a friendship because you're afraid that even though this friendship isn't supporting you, that you're going to lose love? Whatever it is in your own life, or are you not leaving a relationship like me? You know, several years ago, I was not leaving the relationship that I knew was not good for me, essentially because I wasn't trusting that more love was going to be out there, and I was afraid of losing love. So what is it for you in your own life? This is the first thing that you can look at that is a reason why you might not be trusting love. Number 2, are you questioning people's are you questioning whether people around you have your best interest in mind? I was just looking at the comments right here. Hey, Mika, nice to see you. And thank you, Amin. I think that's how you might say your name. All right, so the second thing that you can look at in your own life is, are you worried that people around you, whoever people are, whether it's your partner, whether it's people that you might want to be dating, whether it's friends, family, coworkers, men who are strangers, are you trusting that they have your best interest in mind? Or are you always on edge? Are you always kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if they really have my best interest in mind. And if this is the case for you, which is the case for many people, you know, we're a little bit hesitant to trust for, again, many different reasons, which we're not going to go into here. But what's most important is that you ask yourself, are you someone who trusts that people have your best interest in mind? If you're not, if you're always kind of on edge and you're always censoring yourself, or you're always a little bit hesitant to fully trust that people have your best interest in mind, then you are not fully trusting love. Because trusting love would be that you do trust that people have your best interest in mind. And yes, there's lots of ways that we can go into how you can help people have your best interest in mind. But again, we're not going to get into that right now. We're going to get into that more during the Trust Men, Trust Love Challenge. So I encourage you to sign up over there if any of these are resonating with you. Again, that URL is bit.ly/TMTL challenge, and I'll put the link in the details below. Okay, so another question that you can ask yourself, that maybe one way, again, that you're not trusting love, is that even though you might be surrounded by people, friends, family, you might even have a partner, when you go to bed at night, you feel a little lonely. Okay? You feel like maybe something's missing. And this was me for many years. Many years. I've always had a lot of friends. For the most part, I've always had a partner. I've had lots of long-term relationships. I've had great coworkers. I've always been surrounded by people. And yet, back in my previous life, before I really figured out how to deepen into this level of trusting love within myself and with other people, I would go to bed and I would feel very lonely at night. And I didn't understand why. And so if this is you, you're not alone. Many people are here in this place, and it's just a signal that you haven't fully figured out how to trust love. All right? Because when we trust love, we go to bed with this fullness, this feeling that love is inside of us, that love is around us, that we are supported, that we feel a solid anchoring. And most people right now are not in that place. You know, they're not in that place. Even if they have a lot of friends, they have great family support, they have a partner maybe, they're not in that place where they're fully trusting love. And so they do go to bed feeling lonely. And if that's you, I just wish I could give you a hug right now. So I'll be giving lots of virtual hugs in the Trust Men, Trust Love Challenge. So make sure if you want some extra loving to go and sign up for that now. All right, the last way, the fourth way that you might not be fully trusting love is if happy couples, people around you who are happy, who are looking like they're really in love, really trigger you. Maybe you feel a little bit sick when you see that. Maybe you feel a little bit annoyed. Maybe you feel like, oh, they should go somewhere else and do that. Or maybe you feel jealous. All these are really natural emotions. I know I used to feel this way a lot. And it's because I didn't fully trust love in my own life. I didn't trust that I could have that kind of love. I thought it was for everybody else and not for me. And so anytime I saw a happy couple, I would get really upset. And I never even used to like going to weddings. And I'm a love coach. So I help people with this stuff, and I love love. So can you see where this is a huge disconnect? If you are longing for love and you see a couple and they are triggering you because they look like they're in love, that means that you don't trust love. All right, so this is is a big topic, right? And maybe even just hearing me talk about this stuff is really annoying you. Maybe you're feeling really a little bit upset right now, a little agitated. And I just want to tell you, wherever you are, it's totally okay. I used to be there too. And I now have come so far that I desperately want to give you the wisdom that I've been able to learn through hours of studying, through many coaches of my own, through lots of deep work in my own relationships, with romantic partners, but also with friends and family, and in the work that I do. So in career as well, when it comes down to coworkers, that's another way that you might be blocked from really trusting the love that your coworkers have inside of them. Because if there's one thing that I know, is that we are all bright beings of love. And that might feel a little bit like, oh, warm, cuddly rainbows and rose glasses, but this is the truth. So if you're not feeling that, then something's out of alignment. That means trust is not fully locked into you. You are not feeling fully secure in trust. And again, it's okay. But my biggest desire is to get you to a place where you 100%, most days, because again, we're human. We're going to go through the ringer sometimes. There's going to be ups and downs. And yet, most days I want you to have these tools so that you can anchor in to fully trusting love in your own life, fully trusting that love is possible, fully trusting yourself, other people, and that you come to this place of deeper healing. Hey, Amy, good to see you. Thanks for being here. So, all right, let's go back and recap those 4 ways, because if you've watched some of my Facebook Lives, you probably know I like to recap a lot, and that's because I know how short our attention span is as humans. So I just want to keep repeating it for you so that you really get these and that you can come back and revisit them and make a clear decision. Do you want to join the Trust Men, Trust Love challenge if any of these are showing up in your own life? And don't overthink it. If you get like, yep, that's me sometimes, this challenge is for you. All right. So number 1, questioning whether people around you have your best interest at heart. Are you, even though you're surrounded by people and maybe you even have a partner and you've got a great community, friends, family, you're going to bed feeling a little lonely. Okay. Is that you? Number 3, are you afraid to make a decision in your life? Whatever that decision is, whether it's for career or for love, because you're afraid of losing out on love or people not loving you. And last of all, is being around happy couples or seeing people who are in love triggering to you? Do you feel a little jealous? Do you feel a little angry? Do you feel like they should go do that somewhere else? All right, so those are the 4 ways that you can take a look at your own life and just ask yourself again. It doesn't have to be that serious, but if these are red flags for any of you, I invite you to join me in this free 5-day Trust Men, Trust Love challenge. It's going to be a beautiful journey where my intention is to have you at a level of feeling so much trust in yourself, in men, in love, in the potential for soulful relationships that you experience more healing, love, and joy than you ever thought possible in your own life. So we kick off tomorrow, people. Tomorrow. Wow! I can't wait. I'm so excited with the masterclass. So make sure, don't hesitate. Just sign up now if you want to make sure to be included in the full challenge. And that link is bit.ly/TMTL challenge. Link is below. I am so excited to have those of you on this journey with me. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be badass. And y'all are going to be even bigger love bugs than you already are now when you sink into this level of trust within yourself and for men and for love. So I love you and I can't wait to support you in this journey. Thank you, by the way, for sharing this video if it resonates with you. I really want to share the love with as many people as possible and get them the support that they need. You are not alone. We are in this together. All right. See you guys soon.